Totally. Again, it's just this very technophobic like body horror to it, very cyberpunky.
Yeah.
Which really gets crazy when his penis
Here we go.
turns into a giant power drill
Absolutely.
just out of nowhere, and he's like, "What?"
You know what's amazing too is that as he's doing these transformations, the girlfriend, at least for a little while, she changes her mind, but she's supportive. For a little, she's like actually like, no, we'll figure this out. We'll whatever. I'm like, you are the best girlfriend. Holy shit.
Well, yeah,
what a supportive gal.
She just watched his penis
become a drill.
Yeah, and saw through their like coffee table, and like it's chopping wood and everything, and then he's like running away doing this, and again, this is really palpable horror. My favorite kind of body horror, which is horror that really establishes the idea of like you losing control of your body. Yeah, because like that's terrifying.
Absolutely,
the idea that all of a sudden your body's just doing things that are harmful to you or are terrifying to you or disgusting.
And you can't control it.
And you can't control it for sure. But the fact that it also merges that with both the sort of like the sexual horniness of it, and then also kind of like this weird physical pain, because your first thing you do is you go, don't use the penis, don't use it, don't use it, dude, just walk away. Stop using it. And he has this line where he's like, I'm being punished, that must be it. And you're right, she's at first like kind of like accepting of the whole thing. Yeah. Where she's just like, it's okay, like I still love you, like blah blah blah, like come on out, let me see it. She sees it and she's immediately screaming at the top of her lungs. She's hysteric, she's horrified, as one would be. And he, having just heard her be like trying to comfort him, is obviously hurt by that reaction and angry, and immediately becomes like a maniacal, crazy, murderous person.
Like, right? Yeah, he's just like, that's it? You don't accept my metal self? Yeah. Well, that's it. Game over for you.
Yeah, and so he starts trying to drill her with his giant penis. Yeah. She's stabbing what remains of his flesh, like in his leg, and you can see the blood flying everywhere and things going everywhere. He's trying to like drill her to death, and they eventually kind of like meet at like a sort of like a climax, which it's almost like, again, like the violent scene almost played like a sex scene, where they were like, it was push and pull from both of them, and then they both like just collapse onto one another, and they're like, okay, we both kind of give up, we've kind of like accepted this here. And you see the image though of the drill like whirring between her thighs, which is horrifying. And then he has the line, "Want a taste of my sewage pipe?" I've literally never been so uncomfortable in my life.
Yeah, for real, dude. Because it's like that's to a point of obviously he's so far gone now. Like there's no human left.
No, he's the metal fetishist at that point, basically.
Yeah. So you just it's completely horrifying. Not to mention just the added image of sewage pipe, you know, and with associated with a penis. It's just again, like, good God.
I'm like, we've seen enough bodily fluids in this already, and how they merge both with also like the industrial fluids of like oil and things like that are hanging around. But
him just using those words sewage just pipe, paints a picture that you do not want to have in your head, and he forces you to have it.
Yep. But when they collapse on each other after all that happens, there's this really like mournful music where they're just laying together. He's like partially carved up from her, and she's just kind of like laying there, and you just kind of see their affection for each other and their sexual interest in each other, and like the general confusion about what's happening, and the pain, the physical pain of it all kind of like wrapped together. And it keeps returning to the images also of their sex tape before all of this happens too. Like they were very clearly very sexually active and very sexually interested in each other. Yeah. And while he's sitting there imagining their sex tape, he accidentally drills her to death. Yeah. She just falls onto his drill, and the blood everywhere.
Yeah, it's just it's that you're talking. I think it's the shot where you see her, and then in the background you just see blood splatter everywhere.
It's the medium close of her, and then this really like sticky blood just like hits the back walls, basically, and it's really black, and it's not really chunky.
Yeah,
it's
like, what's crazy is like it's not showing anything, but we've established enough of this kind of like this metal imagery and this violence to just see the blood and imagine the drill, and you're just like, this is top-notch horror right here. Oh my God.
Your brain immediately puts it all together.
Together.
Basically.
He directs this so well. It's unbelievable what he can get across in 60 minutes. It's just crazy.
Well, yeah, and then he starts having a push and pull largely with the metal fetishist, who was sort of like, it's implied that it was possessing the girl who was chasing him, and then it was possibly possessing his girlfriend a little bit at one point, and then it was also, now it's like possessing him, but he's kind of like fighting back against it, is kind of the idea that he has his own sort of like, he's trying to like maintain his own individual being in this like weird experience that he's having. But he starts having visions of like exploring some kind of like industrial wasteland of all this like abandoned material and like slabs of metals and cans. And I can't stress enough how much like the metal and the steel and the industrial aspect of this is in every frame of this.
Yeah.
Like no matter what you're looking at, it's on him, or it's in the production design, or it's in the locations, or it's like there's always something there. And then it's always in the sound design, even if, you know, you get 1 second where you're not looking at it, where you're in like the forest or something.
Yeah, there's a hum, there's metal clashing, there's just something.
Or there's static, or there's like, you know.
Just something that isn't human, you know, something that isn't natural. And yeah, it gets to you.